Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Baka podcast.
Baka. It's amazing how every time you open your mouth, you prove you're an idiot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a mini-sode of Baka Battle Edition. Normally, we're a podcast. We watch an anime every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. That was like the best beep sound I've ever heard. I thought my phone was
a phone. You know, the
ding, ding, ding. No, I appreciate help in just completely derailing the intro.
You know, it's
okay. What have I said so far? Anime podcast, 2 weeks, talk about stuff. Every other week we do a mini-sode. We're doing battles.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna do like the whole, let's get running. Let's run.
It's too late now. You could have rolled with it. I was doing the sound effects. This is a high production show here we're doing.
I honestly thought the show broke. All right, I'm going to introduce my co-host, and then we'll talk more about it later. He's the macho to my Randy Man Savage. It's Jeremy.
That was great. You know, I didn't get to watch enough WWE when I was younger.
No, I was there for like the Stone Cold heyday times. That's the wrestling that I was watching. I missed a lot of the. I had like Hulk Hogan toys, but. So I must have seen some of it, but I don't remember it very well.
I always remembered him as Hollywood.
Yeah, when he became a villain, Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah. The only one that I really remember clearly was there was like one WWE match where I saw a guy called Glacier, and he was flipping all over the stage, kicking people and doing really cool looking ninja and martial arts moves, and then I never saw him again. And I have no idea if he was a good WWE guy or not.
But hadn't seen him again, then probably not.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to watch much, but since that fiasco of me trying to play someone else's role playing game, as with just about anything else that I try to do, if I don't succeed, last week, if I don't succeed in actually enjoying somebody else's product, I have to remake it from the ground up. So,
how is your Star Wars Episode 8 coming along?
Yes, exactly. I've got 70,000 words for the script. I've got the actors picked. No, just kidding. So I am having so much fun. I have spent hours and hours and hours doing this because I love to read role-playing game books. And I also love the Elder Scrolls universe. So I am 20,000 words and 32 pages into writing my own rule book for the Elder Scrolls role-playing game. And it is so much fun. It's like as much fun as playing a game. It's ridiculous. I love this. It's great.
It's so funny because we've role played together, obviously.
Yeah.
And my favorite role play games are like one page. Like my favorite one right now is the one with Jenga. You play a horror game and you just have a Jenga board and you take pieces out. And if you drop the Jenga board, your character dies. And it's like a one sheet rule. That's my ideal RPG.
Mine is GURPS.
Yep. All right.
In this particular one that I'm working on, I've got the character sheet down to 3 pages. And I'm working on bringing it down smaller.
You got it in two max.
You got to have room for the paper doll, right?
Okay, I'm going to introduce the other co-host who I'm upset with right now. He's the Rick to my Flair. Jason, how are you, man?
Pretty good. I was hoping you were going to go with Stone Cold, but
I was thinking Mankind or Dude Love. I feel that's kind of where I place you.
Undertaker.
No.
No
way he's the other way.
Okay, I'm just throwing names out that I know.
Doing all right. I'm wearing my one of my Christmas presents.
Oh, that's awesome.
For the audio listeners, it's got the periodic table on it. It goes, I wear this shirt periodically.
Oh, hey.
So a lot going on with Jason.
Yeah. No, I had my vacation from work for this whole past week, so I got a lot of Path of Exile done. For some reason, I'm still not sick of it. So here we go.
That's amazing to me. Like I've gotten to 5 or 6, act 5 or no, I think maybe I'm at act 7. And I'm so bored with the action of my character. Like it's the same ability over and over again. I'm like, I want to see a different special effect.
Oh yeah, that's not how you play that game.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
I must be doing it wrong, man.
I've watched other people play it. All you do is you just make a guy that goes click, and then everything dies around you, and you run to the next group of guys and click, and everything dies around you.
I think Jeremy, you and I off camera, obviously. We should theory craft. I've got a couple ideas I think you would really enjoy.
Okay.
And my name's Troy, and I for Christmas got Red Dead Redemption 2, so now I'm a cowboy.
Right on. Are you?
I'm a
are you
horrible
shooting innocent
cowboy.
people?
I have accidentally like, hey, I'm gonna say hi to that person. Oh, I shot him in the face. Oh no. Well, I mean, I should sell their horse.
Are you tired of your gang leader telling you to come on when you're trying to loot bodies?
Oh yeah, he's got to calm down.
Dude, that was the most frustrating thing I ever saw. So I watched a little bit of Let's Play of it because I wanted to see what it was like. And like, here he is, like a big battle, bunch of guys died. He's like, all right, I'm gonna loot around. And like 3 guys into looting, come on, let's go, we're waiting on you. It's like, dude,
what is this, real life? I've got to loot bodies, man.
The saddest thing that's happened is because I went back to the camp. There's all these characters to talk to, and I randomly talked to one of the women in the camp, and my character sat down with her, and he's like, I've been killing animals for no reason. I'm like, no, I haven't. He's like, and I've been killing innocent people. That was a mistake.
That was awesome.
I'm like, why are you telling her this? I've been shot. Like, I'm actually a noble cowboy. I'm up on the meter, but yeah, apparently I'm giving my cowboy issues.
So you haven't hogtied anybody and put them on the railroad tracks yet?
Oh, God.
No. I mean, I've hogtied people, but not the railroad tracks.
Did you find the special brother and sister?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're creepy.
Thanks for the spoilers. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the mini-sode. We are here to do a mini-sode. In the past, we have done anime battles where we think of characters and we basically do our own really super lame version of Death Battle.
Yeah.
We all love Death Battle, but we don't know any of the stats, and we just kind of argue amongst ourselves who we think would win.
Zero special effects.
And we've done teams, we've done heroes versus villains, and because of the NFL playoffs being so exciting, and congratulations to both the teams that are on their way to the Super Bowl, unless one of them is the New England Patriots, and you can go yourself, Tom Brady. We're doing playoffs, anime character playoffs. I told Jeremy and Jason to pick the most powerful characters they could, 3 heroes, 1 villain. I put them all randomly on a bracket.
Leaderboard.
Those who are on the bottom 4 get a bye week. But we're going to do battles. So to start us off, everyone's going to introduce the characters they picked, introduce why they think they're powerful and what they think they're going to bring to a fight. And then we're going to jump into the battles and do very, very quick debates and then vote on who is going to advance. I have the bracket written down, and I will be keeping track of who is our winner. Jason, you go first.
For my heroes, I picked One Punch Man, Vegeta, and Meliodas from 7 Deadly Sins. And then for my villain, I picked All for One. And I have I think that'll be an interesting lineup now that I know what's going on.
All right, so quick recap. Tell us how they're powerful. One Punch
Man, obviously, he hasn't found anything that has even measured up to him. Vegeta has gone. I don't think he went full Ultra Instinct. He just went half Ultra Instinct.
No, he has sparkly hair, Super Saiyan Blue.
So I thought he was half of the Ultra Instinct.
No.
Okay. Anyways.
But his thing was like on par with half of the Ultra Instinct. It just isn't Ultra Instinct.
Right. So, and plus I like Vegeta's storyline better than Goku's. So he's got plot armor.
No one picked Goku, which I think no one wanted to be a cop out.
Yeah.
And Meliodas, mostly demon, some human. I think that's pretty powerful. Plus, he seems to have his full counter is going to be very hard to contend with.
Right, but I worry that it requires magic attacks.
Well, I'm counting chi as magic attacks. So
Okay. We'll debate that when we get there. And then your villain.
yeah, the reason I think he's going to be a really interesting contender is if he can get a hold of anybody and take their power, it's going to be over for whoever he's fighting.
Okay. Jeremy, how about yours?
All right, so I picked Saber because I saw what Jason picked, and I was like, well, doesn't really matter who I pick.
Saitama, you ruined everything.
Yep. So I just went through and thought, what characters do I like? And so I picked Saber. So Saber has a great final ability.
Now you know what it's like to root for the Browns. You just like them.
Yeah. So I have I don't have high hopes for these guys, but I really like them. So it's gonna be fun to see them get slaughtered.
Saber has a very powerful attack and a regenerative ability because I'm assuming she would have Excalibur Sheath.
Absolutely, she has to. Todoroki from My Hero Academia, so fire and ice, and really good control of it. And also, if he's got good control of maintaining his body temperature by using them both right, he's got some good staying power.
Large AoE.
Yeah. And Vash the Stampede. Dead man walking. Vash has a fantastic attack against normal people.
And he has a large super laser cannon.
Super laser cannon. And he's also good at like predicting things. He's very good at being able to tell where bullets are going to go, and he can dodge out of the way. I don't know how well that means he's going to be able to dodge out of the way of light, but bullets he can dodge.
A reminder, we are not Death Battle. We have no math or stats going into any of this. It's all just like what we feel in our hearts.
Yes,
this is 100% subjective.
Yes. When it goes to feelings, that's when I lose. And then Frieza as my last ditch effort to stay in the ring. And I didn't want Goku either because Goku.
Yeah. Okay, so for my heroes, I have Hamura from Madoka Magica. She was originally written down as my villain, but then I just moved her over. She is her only offense is like human weapons, but her defense is time manipulation, which is pretty powerful. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays in at all.
So if there's two teenagers that need to fall in love, she can help them.
Because that's the premise of
like her and Madoka. Inuyashiki, an anime that was not well loved on this podcast, but this is Robot Grandpa, because I wanted someone with technology as their weapon. Then my last one, and I'm not happy that I picked this, and I was really in a bind and I couldn't think of someone else. I picked Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom, which is going to be really hard to present to this group because no one has seen that anime but me, and I told them not to do this if they could help it. Koro Sensei is a tentacled creature who can travel at Mach 20 and is considered invulnerable to everything because he's made of antimatter.
Oh, wow.
But the problem is I don't know how much that extends to. Like everything in the anime, no human weapon can harm him, but a rubber knife made of antimatter material can.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make sense with how antimatter works.
Yeah, I'm fully aware, and I'm sorry. And then my last character is Lucy from Elfen Lied.
Nice. You know, there was one... Yeah. No, I think it's Light.
Is it?
Yeah. I think there's a really big missed opportunity here that I'm just thinking of. We missed all of JoJo's characters.
I don't know them.
We don't know them, and when to have the discussion, you have to know the characters.
We also missed Kenshiro.
Tell me who that is again.
Is that the guy who can touch you when you
North
blow
Star.
up? Yeah.
So the North Star. I don't know. I think he'd be quick work for Saitama.
Okay, so that is our heroes. That's who we're presenting. And now to our bracket. Our first round is Meliodas versus Todoroki.
Oh.
You both get to present who you think would win, and then we'll vote.
That's a good matchup.
So Meliodas first. Why do you think he'd win, if at all?
See, and this comes back to the whole X-Men mutant power versus magic power. And would we consider Todoroki's power something Meliodas could counter? And I think, Troy, as someone that didn't pick either of those characters, I think you should be the mediator. What do you think?
Yeah, and speaking of meteor, one other rule, especially because One Punch Man is here, only what we've seen in anime is considered the limit of their powers, even if they are presented as limitless or have done other feats in the manga. The feats we have seen in anime, we are considering their top limit until further information is given to us. So One Punch Man, only the things he did in season 1 are what we consider his power level to be.
Does that mean that One Punch Man can only throw a somewhat effort in punch? Or does it mean that that's how we base the trajectory of what a real punch would be from him?
It means that is his most powerful punch.
Gotcha. Okay.
At this moment. Okay, so...
can he full counter ice or fire?
Yeah.
Ice, definitely not, because it's physical. Fire is tougher, though.
Well, if you're gonna say his attacks, one or the other, are physical, I would lean towards no, he couldn't full counter either.
But fire is energy, and ice is matter, and that. Okay, I know.
Neither one is magic, that's for sure.
They aren't magic. Whereas I would let like a Kamehameha be full countered. I don't think so with fire and ice.
I think he still wins, and the reason I think so is, so if we take the blast that he did in the first season against Kachan, or Deku, I should say. No, Kachan. Yeah, Bakugo. And it just took out everything. If we take a look at that explosion that Todoroki can produce, Meliodas has not only survived much bigger and been able to fight, but when he does become almost incapacitated, his demon form comes out. And I think physical to physical, Meliodas beats Todoroki hands down. So I think I think Meliodas wins this matchup. What do you think?
So I'm not 100% sure, because I wonder how Meliodas would do in a physical matchup against Deku in what we've seen Deku do in the anime. Because in most of the fights we've seen with Todoroki, he's always held back. He's always had to hold back. Even with Bakugo, he just let Bakugo win. What would happen if he actually put everything he had into it? I think that there's enough potential there that he could overwhelm Meliodas. I do think that you have a point with the, can Meliodas actually ever even be defeated, period? Is it possible? Because once you do defeat Meliodas, if he goes into his demon resurrection mode thing, is there a way to stop that at all? If there isn't, then I don't think anybody really has a chance. So I don't know.
Because
Meliodas is defeatable.
Is he defeatable through force or something special? Does it have to be some special magical enchantment to block away a demon or something? Through
force. Guys, spoilers for the third season of Seven Deadly Sins. His brother, who has very similar power level, is defeated through force.
Well, and he's stopped by what's-his-face after the end of the first season, right?
Are you talking about his friend in the red? Like when they fought? Or because he lost?
No, he actually, he's defeated by the bad guy at the end of season 1.
Right.
And then is revived.
So this is where I think that if he can be defeated with force, then I think that Todoroki would be able to sustain himself by using fire to continue to maintain his body temperature and just keep pummeling him with ice, just like he was doing to Deku and just like he could have done to Bakugo. And I think that he would be able to overpower him through long-term Zerg tactic. Just wear him down.
I think I would agree with that. But the part that I would say that he may overpower him, Meliodas may overpower Todoroki, is Todoroki at his even though he's very powerful and he can do all this ice and fire damage, he still only moves as fast as a human can move. right?
That's true.
I think Meliodas would be able to get behind him in an instant, kind of like what Vegeta does with other characters, and I think that's where the power disparity lies.
Okay, let's vote.
Well, I think we've already done. He voted for Todoroki. I voted for Meliodas.
Well, no, you can change your vote. Like you can convince each other. It's fine. You can vote for yourself, try to win, and I assume most people will do. But you can change.
Fine, I'm voting Meliodas.
Yeah, I actually think I have to vote Meliodas because even with all the training that Todoroki has from infancy, it doesn't match up to Meliodas' centuries of training.
I will go for Meliodas as well. Especially if he has a Meliodas advances. Todoroki is left out.
Ding ding ding.
Next match. This one's gonna suck. Saitama versus Koro Sensei.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Koro Sensei has one big weakness, and I'm just gonna throw it out before you start your thing. If you grab all his tentacles, he cannot move, but he has like 20 tentacles.
Right, but you still can't hurt him unless you have antimatter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't know. There's no way to know if there's a physical limitation to that.
So we need to define some terms here real quick before we could even have this discussion. When you say antimatter, are we talking about scientific antimatter, like the concept of it, or are we talking about what this anime is calling antimatter? Because technically, if it's antimatter, the only thing that could interact with it ever would be its matter counterpart. Anything else would never be able to touch it, and he would never be able to touch anything else.
Well, he definitely touches lots of things. So,
okay, so we're talking about what they are describing as antimatter in this anime, right?
Yes.
So it sounds like that would essentially be like matter from an alternate dimension that happens to exist in this space, but cannot be harmed by matter from this space. That's what it sounds like.
Why don't you just tell us how strong your One Punch Man is, and I'll see if I mean, I have looked this up already. I'll see if I can get you guys some clarifying stuff.
So he got punched, not thrown, punched to the moon. He not only got up and dusted himself off, but then jumped back to Earth. That's not even fighting. He like that last space battle where this villain from outer space that he conquered countless civilizations, he basically was toying with him for 10 minutes.
But we are still considering it his upper limit.
Mm-hmm. Right. The power to jump back from the moon is immeasurable. Like we're talking like a lot. If we're going to take that particular feat as one of his strongest.
And if someone's able to hit him there and he's stronger than that person, then you have to figure that he's strong enough to do the same feat.
Right. So I'm going to say Saitama, but the thing is I don't know a lot about your character, so you're going to have to fill me in.
Okay, so here's where it says on his wiki. Due to the human experiments of producing antimatter in a living body, Koro Sensei's entire appearance is an octopus-like creature with multiple tendrils that function as his tentacles. Anything aside from anti-sensei weapons will be ineffective in harming him.
Well, that says it right there, I think.
But, again, this is based on human weaponry. They can't shoot. No, the military has human military has attacked him and he was fine, no damage.
Did it even look like he was stunned or stumbled at all by anything they did?
No. The whole thing is that he's so overpowered he gets to do whatever he wants, which is teach a classroom.
So then the question is, could he hurt Saitama then?
His top speed is Mach 20.
Okay, not as fast as Saitama. Mm-hmm. He was going near the speed of light to get back to the Earth from the moon that fast.
Okay. Sure. You're right. My guy can fly.
Technically, Saitama can as well.
And he can move so fast to create multiple images of himself doing multiple tasks.
Saitama has done multiple images before.
Yeah. We also have absolute defense, the ability to molt, regenerate, and he has superhuman speed and reflexes. I don't know if he can damage Saitama though. I'm gonna say he can with a Mach 20 punch.
which he's taken and dusted it off.
From who?
From Boris, or like how fast he went to the moon.
Mark 20 is very fast.
Okay. I honestly think it's a stalemate because you've got a guy that can take all the damage that this guy can take, and then another dude that literally cannot be hurt.
Okay, let's vote.
It's a stalemate. You can't. Neither one of these characters can damage the other.
I vote for Saitama because he can move mass. He can literally send Koro Sensei away.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but that's not. Is that defeated? Are we talking about a ring out? Ring outs can count.
It's close enough for Saitama's. Like, there's no other contestant there anymore to say, "Are you in the fight?"
I would agree with that. He could just toss him into space if he needed to.
Yep, that works.
It's as close as I can get to a resolution for when I picked a character that it's hard to
can't be hurt.
However, listeners, if you know the answer and would like to tell me why Koro Sensei should have won this whole thing,
Troy wants to hear this.
Okay, next up we have Hamura and Frieza.
Oh,
Hamura. Who's that again?
That is the dark-haired girl from Madoka Magica. She can freeze time.
Oh, against Frieza?
Yeah, So you guys have seen the latest Frieza, like Golden Frieza, whatever, and all of the upgrades Frieza has had. I have not. I've only seen the old Frieza. So arguing from the perspective of the new Frieza, I would imagine like the old Frieza can shoot beams and kill regular humans, because honestly, Homura does not have any special defense other than freezing time. None of Frieza
go back in time as well.
She can go back in time, but it does seem like
she can only go back in.
She has to do it fast enough. Like, she has to be fast enough to be able to make the decision to go back in time before she dies.
I believe she can only go back in time if Madoka dies. Her wish has to kick in.
Oh, you're right, because it's the wish for Madoka.
Otherwise, her power is stopping starting time.
That makes sense.
She doesn't travel on her own.
I'm willing to grant that even if she could go back in time, though, she would have to be able to think about it and make the decision to do it before being killed. And I think that Frieza's abilities are faster than the thought process inside of a normal human brain. The only question I have is, can he kill her soul? The soul egg. And I think he totally could. If she has it with her, it'd be vaporized along with everything else.
My defense for Hamura is that Frieza can be, well, I don't think Hamura can do anything to harm Frieza. Frieza can be harmed by himself and has proven to be very liable to do so. And that with a time stop and the proper manipulation, she could literally get him to chop himself. I don't think Frieza moves faster than the speed of thought. I don't think anyone in Dragon Ball Z does. They move very, very fast, and I get that if you fly so fast, you must be able to think so fast, or you would crash into stuff. But I don't think Dragon Ball Z has ever operated that way, because they do stand and look at laser beams for a very long time. So that is my defense for Hamura.
Okay, my counterpoint is, I think that when you're thinking about the speed of thought, it has to do with sense transmitting to the brain. So having time for what you're observing to actually get to the brain and then process, realize what you should do, and then send the signal to actually do something. So if he can beat the speed of the sense absorbing reality, so in other words, light, if he can move faster than light, then he's moving faster than the information getting to her for her to think.
I don't think he moves faster than light.
I don't think
any of them
goes faster than light. No, think about when they fly around the world, they take forever.
Goku has instant transmission, but that's teleportation. That's not movement.
Now, even when they're in God mode, they still can't go faster than light?
No, not that I know of, or not that I've ever seen. Because even when they fire energy blasts, those aren't moving at light speed. They're moving because it's plasma moving. I don't believe so. Now, he's moving faster than I can see happens all the time, but then if you get stronger, you can see it. So,
but we'd have to look at the fact that Homura is as strong as, like, maybe, let's just say she's 10 times as strong as a human. She still wouldn't be able to keep tabs on him. He's moving so fast, Krillin can't see him.
No, not if if time's moving through normal speed, like even for
Mhm.
more than a few seconds, she's gone. She's 100% gone.
Mhm.
I'm saying as soon as they say fight, time freezes. It's basically Ainzul going in the last season of Overlord. Is my defense?
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. Spoilers. All right, let's vote.
I vote Frieza.
Yeah, I vote Frieza.
I voted Hamura, but okay. Frieza advances. Next up, Vash the Stampede versus Vegeta.
Oh, God, do we even have to try? I'm sorry, Vash. I should have known what was going to happen to you.
I vote Vegeta.
I vote Vegeta. Vash the Stampede could predict what a bullet would do, but not what a spiky-haired vegetable head would do.
One question. Can a bullet hurt a Saiyan's eyeball?
Not even if it's his super laser bullet. I don't think it could.
Well, hold on. In Super, Goku gets shot in the back and almost dies.
Which is insane because as a
What?
10-year-old, he got shot in the face and didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
Wait a
completely-
minute.
Yeah, completely inconsistent. But yeah, some dude behind Frieza's lines, which was not, he wasn't even a fighter. He was just like
That was a ray gun ring, though, wasn't it?
it was a ray gun.
It wasn't a regular gun?
No. It
Wasn't
was
a
definitely
bullet?
a space laser ray gun.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I
But
mean,
yeah.
okay, so here's the question. The question would be, can Vash the Stampede manage to get off a shot that Vegeta doesn't know about to be able to bring his chi up to defend?
Nah, you just have to tell Vegeta, I bet you can't handle this shot. He will stand there and take it.
yeah, he will put the barrel to his forehead.
Okay, but the question then is, like, I bet you can't survive this if you don't use your chi to protect yourself. Like,
I've
that
already,
just
I've
seems
already
like...
written Vegeta advances. Should we?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I did like the question, and I do think there are ways to think around it, but it's hard. Okay, next up we have Inuyashiki versus All for One.
All
Not-
for one.
Not really a power there to steal.
Yeah, I think this is a good luck of the draw for Inuyashiki. I think he
Okay.
wins.
I don't know anything
the-
about Inuyashiki.
We watched the
We
anime
watched it.
together. It's the Grandpa Robot.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different anime. I'm sorry.
You're thinking Inuyasha.
Yes, I'm thinking of Inuyasha.
Nope,
Well,
this is
it's
Inuyashiki.
basically that.
No.
Yeah, he is alien robot tech, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's a quirk to steal for.
Yeah, but he's got All for One's punch power, though.
Does he?
All for One has a lot of powers. He can fly. He can.
Mm-hmm.
He can borrow anybody else's powers around him. But we can only give him the powers we saw him using in the anime because we gotta assume there's no one else with quirks for him to steal. He's not gonna reach over to Vegeta during this fight and borrow. And I think the robot body has enough firepower to surpass him.
I think you're right because he, the body took insurmountable amounts of damage from the Air Force and all sorts of other things. Didn't even touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I think this is bad
Inuyasha.
luck for All for One more than anything.
Yeah, this was like the one person he couldn't fight.
Yeah. I gotta vote Inuyashiki.
Okay. Inuyashiki moves on. Next up, Saber versus Lucy.
Oh, geez, this is actually fairly even.
This is a good one. Well, it depends. Does Saber have the ability to sense and or block the vectors?
Well, let's see. The vectors, she has an invisible weapon versus an invisible weapon.
Well, there's a big difference between wielding an invisible weapon and sensing if an invisible thing is coming at you.
That's true.
Jeremy, let's keep it going. Let's make your speech.
So I think that because of Saber's regenerative ability, her tactical and experience, her tactical ability and her experience, I think that she would ascertain fairly quickly what's going on with Lucy. And I think that she might be able to see some kind of tells. As a warrior, as to what Lucy might be doing with her vectors. So even though she can't see them, she might actually be able to see enough indicators to be able to know where to dodge most of the time. And when she does get hit, she could probably regenerate fine. The key would be just getting to Lucy and slicing her. Even if at the end of the deal, if she couldn't get in there, she would just have to completely annihilate Lucy with her ult. And I think that it would, because she's got that huge sword.
That's my biggest thing is, can Lucy block the ult? Can she block that Excalibur?
I don't think so, because the Excalibur beam is like a beam, and I don't think her vectors can block beams, can they? I think that they can only block physical things.
In the manga, doesn't she block a nuclear explosion?
No, but that's the manga.
Manga doesn't matter.
That's right. Manga doesn't
in
count.
the anime.
Yep. In the manga, she can like rip planets apart and stuff. So
okay, so I'll say this for Lucy. I think Lucy, her chances if the fight starts and Saber doesn't ascertain what's going on, Saber's head is gone before Saber knew what happened. But if Lucy takes off a leg or an arm, the Excalibur sheath might be enough to protect Saber.
Well, she pulls her ult
heal
off.
And then pull off her ult. That is where I worry. So let's go to our votes. Jason, where's your vote?
I'm gonna have to vote Lucy.
I'm gonna vote Saber.
I vote Saber. I could probably be talked out of it by someone who knows way more, but based on just the anime alone, she handled machine guns and stuff, but she took a lot of damage too, really fast. And Saber's the warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No more debate, minimal debating now, so we can wrap this up. But let's go back to Meliodas now versus Saitama.
Oh.
The inevitable showdown.
Feats in the anime, I have to give it to Saitama.
Jeremy?
Oh, Saitama all the way.
Yeah, Saitama. I don't think there's anything for Meliodas to counter, and I don't think his speed isn't enough.
No.
Saitama moves on. Next up, Frieza versus Vegeta. Do we have to talk about this? Do we know? We know.
I think we already know who does.
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
I don't know which one wins in the show, so it must be Vegeta though.
Since Planet Namek, Frieza's been nothing compared to Vegeta. Vegeta's always been way ahead of him.
He's been the army of Vegetas, Friezas.
Oh wow!
Again,
no.
I'm going to change my vote. I'm changing it to Frieza. And you want to know why?
Yeah, I want to know why.
He's smarter than Vegeta.
That is true.
He's a smarter cheater. He will find a way.
How can you cheat on a one-on-one battle in a ring with nothing around you?
Hey, Vegeta, I bet you can't can't take this blast. I think Vegeta's pride makes him lose to Frieza in a fair one-on-one fight.
I vote Vegeta.
I have to vote Vegeta because of sheer power. Okay. Thank you, though.
I honestly, I changed that because I really do believe there is a spoiler for Super. There's a similar character to Frieza who almost beats Vegeta by poisoning him because he has a secret needle in his arm, and then Vegeta kills him. So
still wins,
but Vegeta still he's.
I'll kill you, but I'm poisoned now.
His mentality is his huge weakness, and I can totally. And Frieza knows.
Oh, his ego is his biggest enemy.
Yeah.
All right. Inuyashiki versus Saber. I think I vote Saber.
Okay, so without debating, the biggest question is: can Saber's either her blade or her ultimate cut the alien metal?
I think it can, because it's not anything from human technology or human world. It's like this energetic, magical thing. I think it's powerful enough to.
If she can cut the metal, she wins, hands down.
I think she can. I vote Saber.
Can Saber survive a headshot? He can fly.
Bang.
He can fly, and he's not going to miss any attacks.
I think she can deflect a bullet.
But he doesn't shoot bullets.
Lasers?
He shoots like
what it was?
energy.
Shoots anything he wants to shoot, whatever his body feels like shooting. Water.
I think old man-ness and like his sympathy would get in the way if we're gonna go. If we're gonna go, Frieza would cheat and have it.
Because I think old man, usually his lasers go off after somebody hits him. Like, he never does it as a first step.
Yeah. And she is the warrior here. And I do think that matters. All right. I'll vote Saber.
Okay.
All right.
You just vote Saber because she's Bae. To you.
Is the best in the world. Saitama versus Vegeta.
Who?
Who's that?
Saitama versus Vegeta.
Ooh, I was wondering if this was going to happen.
Saitama, all the way. I'm sorry, Saitama versus Superman. I'm not sure which would win.
But again, because you're thinking, hey, he has no limit yet. But has he done anything more powerful than Vegeta in the anime?
Because Vegeta's blown up planets.
Well,
Saitama hasn't blown up planets.
So here's the thing, though. Like, I don't know if you're going to acknowledge the fact that Saitama is openly stating this is not my powerful blow. If you're going to acknowledge that fact, then you have to acknowledge the fact that Saitama has a more powerful blow. And we don't know just how powerful it is.
I'm voting Vegeta. I think Goku versus Saitama is a good battle, even not knowing his upper limit. I think they're pretty close to even. The whole point of the newest villain in Dragon Ball Super was, hey, he's like a one punch man. I'm pretty sure they were hinting at that.
Really?
And to be fair, he was stronger than Goku and Vegeta, but that was him. I think Vegeta wins. The only thing is I think Saitama's faster.
I think Saitama wins just because blow for blow, I think Saitama wins, and Vegeta's not going to hit Saitama with any energy shots. And what's going to happen is Vegeta's going to get frustrated. He's going to go Gallic Gun. Saitama's going to come up behind him and just blow his head apart.
And it would be like that, just like it is in the anime too. Like, it would be the one time that Vegeta's head just turns into shrapnel. Yeah, I have to vote Saitama.
We've seen Vegeta get tired due to fighting. We have not seen Saitama get tired once in any of his long drawn out battles.
Accepting the upper limit argument. That's why I made the rule, because we could go forever. There's literally no limit to what he can do. If we say that, we could say he could punch the galaxy to death.
That's true.
Okay. So if we're dealing with what he has done, you mentioned before he's jumped back from the moon. Can Vegeta move as fast as he's demonstrated he can move?
No.
Okay.
Then it goes back to when Vegeta was fighting Android 18 and he said, doesn't matter how strong I am, I can't lay a hand on her, she wins.
But Vegeta can blow up the Earth, and Saitama can't breathe in space.
That's true. He can't.
So wait a minute. So he can blow up the Earth, but then he has to run away because Saitama's fast enough to get him before Saitama runs out of air. Can that really be called a win?
Well, hold on. Saitama can't fly on his own. He needs something to push against. So if he's just floating out in the middle of space, he's going to be just motionless, right?
All right, let's cast your vote.
This is hard.
But would Vegeta blow up the Earth if he didn't realize that he had to? I gotta vote Saitama.
Yeah, I'm voting Saitama.
If you list him as a villain, I would say 100% sure he would.
Yeah, I'm voting Saitama. I have to.
But Bulma's on the Earth.
You forget how much Vegeta wants to win. Okay, Saitama moves on. So now it's Saitama versus Saber for the final battle.
Oh, Saitama wins.
Okay,
sorry, Saber.
The most strongest guy ever. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Hey, this is your fault.
No, I wanted him in there. That was fine. So that is our ending. Our playoffs. Again, Tom Brady the worst, Saitama the best. That's what we know.
Do we have enough time for a honorable call out?
We don't.
Okay.
So that is it for our mini-sode, even though we ran a little long today. Well, thank you. We hope you guys had fun. And I'm sure you disagree with so many of our decisions. So we would love to hear your comments. We would love to have a comment death battle. No, not between you guys, between the characters. Death battle between the characters. We are currently watching Outlaw Star, the first 12 episodes, unless that magically changes because we found out the story arc is ending in the wrong place. But we're pretty sure. We're pretty confident that a podcast run by three idiots knows where the story arc is.
That's right.
Outlaw Star, first 12 episodes. It's on Funimation. It's a great classic anime picked by Jeremy. And if you have any comments on what we just did or any anime we've seen or are about to see, please leave it on our Twitter at Baka Podcast or email the animebakaclub@gmail.com or leave a comment wherever you found this podcast and we will get back to you. Guys, that was super fun and we haven't done the battle in a long time, so I'm glad that you can be able to bring it back. Playoffs, woohoo!
I've actually missed it. Yeah.
All right, let's say goodbye.
Well, thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Sayonara.